Alright, there has been a lot of Boston Reaves talk going around lately. 0:12 seconds, there's been talk about a team like Brooklyn maybe wanting him, maybe even offering him a 4-year Maxwell contract. But in my opinion, I'm really not 20 seconds worried about them. Yes, they theoretically could offer him that, and they wouldn't need the Lakers to sign him, which could theoretically be a 0:27 second scare tactic. But in my opinion, what is a rebuilding team like Brooklyn, a team that's currently in the midst of a long rebuild with really no end in sight 0:35 seconds, quite yet going to do with a 28-year-old Austin Reaves? In my opinion, probably not the direction they want to go, or really that they probably will go. Use 0:44 seconds. No, same thing with a team like Chicago. Yes, they have cap space and even more of it than Brooklyn. But what are they going to do in the midst of their long-term rebuild with a 0:53 seconds 28-year-old Austin Reaves? In my opinion, not really a good fit for either team. However, I can't say the same thing for either Atlanta or 1:0:11 second Detroit, both of which have also been linked to Austin Reaves multiple times, too. Both of which are competitive, 1:0:81 8 seconds good, young, athletic teams that do happen to be trending up and obviously would be a much better fit for 28-year-old Austin Reaves. However, the 1:171 17 seconds caveat here is that unlike Brooklyn or Chicago, they do not have cap space. 1:221 22 seconds, yes, they might be able to get it, but it's a lot more unlikely than either Chicago or Brooklyn with their cap space. And therefore, they would need 1:301 30 seconds, the Lakers help to sign him. Very likely, at least anyway. So, with that in mind here, could they be a threat or maybe a sign and trade option if the 1:381 38 seconds Lakers don't like the price for him? If either Detroit or Atlanta would offer him up to a max contract and then Reaves would want to leave their team, could 1:461 46 seconds, they make a sign and trade, and what might they be able to get back in return if they would go that route? Let's talk about it and go through it bit by bit with both Atlanta and Detroit. 1:571 57 seconds. So, welcome back everyone. Today's show is brought to you by Prized Picks. And again, while I don't find it very likely, reports also indicate 2:042 4 seconds that the most likely option and the most likely end goal will be to bring back Austin Reaves to the purple and gold, which I definitely agree with, 2:122 12 seconds especially for the right price. But if they can't do that and the price is out of their price range, which either Detroit or Atlanta push them to, what could they 2:212 21 seconds maybe get back in return? Well, beginning with Detroit, I would say probably the more likely option just because they're trying to compete a bit 2:302 who definitely played well for their team and does 3:103 10 seconds appear to want to come back to their team. So, in my opinion, they probably don't go that route. Outright renouncing him and losing him for nothing probably 3:183 18 seconds would be a good trade-off, even if it would mean getting Austin Reaves. And even then, they wouldn't quite have enough cap space to offer him a max. So, 3:263 26 seconds if they would try to get him, it would have to be through a sign and trade. And that obviously would give the Lakers an opportunity if they would want to go 3:343 34 seconds that route. And many believe if that would happen, it would likely involve a double sign and trade. Austin Reaves going to Detroit and then Jalen Duren 3:423 42 seconds coming back to the purple and gold. Some fans seem to like that idea, but I'm personally not a big fan of it. 3:483 48 seconds, yes. He does happen to be a 22-year-old center that did have a great year, made an all-star team and even made 13 All-NBA, but he definitely 3:573 57 seconds dropped during the postseason. Isn't quite an ideal fit with a guy like Luka Doncic opinion. Kind of can be a mob threat, but isn't extremely athletic. 4:064 6 seconds more low to the ground and around the rim. More of a bully ball throwback kind of big. Not a great rim protector, not very switchable. Simply not a lockdown 4:154 15 seconds defender or really what Luka Doncic needs and ideally would like to have behind him. Not really my ideal fit out of the 5. Not a terrible one, and 4:224 22 seconds definitely can get better yet, but maybe not the best trade-off for Austin Reaves. However, apart from that, I really don't know what they would have 4:304 30 seconds to offer. Yes, they could offer a guy like Isaiah Stewart, who I'd like, and maybe for a signing trade for Rue Amara, which there might be an option to do, but not for Austin Reaves. 4:414 41 seconds wouldn't quite match the value here. 19 seconds, he's much more versatile on both ends of the court. Offensively, can actually play at the three-point line. 6:256 25 seconds can offer floor spacing ability, both at the three-point line and at the rim. He might be shorter, but he's more athletic than Jalen Duren. Arguably a 6:336 33 seconds better law threat in my opinion. Good pick and roll partner. Simply a much more versatile player in general. 6:396 39 seconds defensively offers both rim protection and switchability out the 5. Actually one of the best switchable defenders in the entire NBA in the front court. I6:486 minutes, 48 seconds. Would mind that option. You know, maybe on Yaku Kongo with draft compensation. Maybe throwing a guy like Corey Kissert, Zachary Reach, maybe a 6:566 minutes, 56 seconds former first overall draft pick. You know, hard to believe, but he was only a couple years ago. Again, they have or could bring back CJ 8:288 minutes, 28 seconds McCollum. But with him now being 34 going on 35, probably only has maybe 1 to 3 years left, not even in his prime, 8:368 minutes, 36 seconds, but simply as a productive second option. So, they probably don't want to go that route for much longer. So, in that regard, Austin Reaves definitely 8:448 minutes, 44 seconds could make sense and would be a good option, even a bigger threat than either Chicago or Brooklyn. Whether it be via cap space, if Atlanta would get the cap 9:019 or if he would go to a 8:528 and therefore wouldn't need the Lakers' help, different team, they would definitely be the number one threat in my opinion. Even, I think even a bigger threat, a signing trade Chicago or Brooklyn. If Atlanta would get the cap 9:019 minutes, and I don't think that they would go after any other player, but Dawson Reaves, they would definitely be the number one threat. It wouldn't really make sense at that point. So 9:169 minutes, they would go that route. If they feel like it would be worth it, and I don't think that they would go after any other player, but likely have to lose him for nothing at 9:239 minutes. Really makes 23 seconds. So 9:169 minutes of getting Austin 16 seconds if they would go that route. One true threat. If they feel like it would be worth it to announce the cap, they would go the cap space route. Likely have to lose him for nothing at 9:31 minutes. They wouldn't have enough up to a max contract. But maybe at the price of getting Austin close to it. That would be the one true threat. 9:389 minutes. Even if they would go the cap space route, would watch out for 9:319 minutes. Hopefully they don't go that route. They wouldn't have enough up to a max contract. They're not a real threat. But Atlanta probably could if not pretty close to it. Minutes. So 44 seconds. I definitely 9 they might have interest in Austin Reaves yet. But I don't really mind too much if they don't have cap space. I mean, hopefully they don't go that route. If the Lakers are going to 9:519 minutes, 9:51 minutes, they're going to get something in return. Yes, they might have interest in Austin Reaves. Would actually make sense, but I don't really mind too much if they don't have for Austin Reaves. OT already, and hit that notification bell to never miss out when I upload a video. But as always, thank you for watching and